Hi there guys! So for this session, I am in a hotel room and I really needed to do some practice to free up some of the usual places that I've gotten really tight, which is my shoulders and my neck, and especially my low back. I feel like I've been hunched over all day, so this practice is going to be about really lifting the chest up and getting very strong through the back and starting to free up some of these very tight and girdling areas. It is live, so feel free to chuck some stuff in as we go through. Otherwise, it will be me talking through a little bit of practice, but it will be a timeline that you could follow at home so you can repeat some of the actions that we're going through and start working that. So it's a practice more that I am sharing, but a template that you can follow. The sequence is also going to be quite similar to the one that we are doing in Kilted Yoga, the fourth sequence. So it is a little bit more towards backbends and requires just a little bit more proficiency and a little bit of a grounding in some of the basics. So to start off with, you'll be starting in a comfortable cross-legged position and stacking the rib cage so it feels like it's right above the hips, and you can do this with your back against the wall. For this session, you will need a roll. I have improvised a roll by rolling up a towel. That is quite literally all that you need for this session. I'm working on quite a bit of a padded carpet, so I don't have my yoga mat with me. If you have a yoga mat, you want to make sure you've got enough padding for your knees when we get to the lunges. So to begin with, set the hands on the knees or use your hands behind you in chest opener and lift the rib cage up. Close the eyes and focus on your deep breathing. So your aim is to switch to doing your breath in and out through the nose only and getting an ujjayi whisper sound to your breath. Focus on doing an inhale for 5 and exhale for 6. As you continue breathing in this way, listen to the words of the intent. The intent is to bring aliveness into your body. No matter what pose we're doing, even if you don't like the pose that we're doing. So this might be a challenge. Bring the soles of the feet into Baddha Konasana. So feet are together, knees are wide. If your hips feel tighter, move the feet further away from the pelvis so you've got a little bit more space, up to about 14 inches. Hands are behind you. So we're doing 2 pranayama. First one is Kapalabhati. So you're doing sharp staccato exhales through the nose as if you're trying to dislodge some snot from your nose. If you're blocked in the nose, do it through the mouth. After that, coming into Uddiyanas, we'll do 100 Kapalabhati exhales, followed by 2 rounds of Uddiyana. Uddiyana is when you do a deep breath in, a big exhale through the mouth, holding the breath and getting the diaphragm to scoop up. We'll be doing that for today in a forward bend with a little bit of movement through the back while you do the exhale. So to begin the Kapalabhati, exhale everything out through the mouth. Inhale halfway. And then begin doing a sharp staccato exhale through the nose for 100 exhales. Things should be starting to feel vibrant already. As we do the Uddiyana, you'll be holding the Uddiyana for as long as you comfortably can. First, well actually for the 2 rounds, I'll show you in the abdomen. I'll start upright, then I'll go forwards. Big exhale. So when I'm traveling, my guts always feel really congested, really tight. So I like to do Uddiyanas at different points through the practice. If you hear me do a big exhale, that's usually what I'm going to be doing as we go through. Coming into knee pile with the left leg over the right. If full knee pile is not much, you can straighten the right leg forward, so it is only the left leg that is on top. Because we're working primarily with the shoulders in this aspect, is purely just for the sake of doing something different with the legs. Coming into shoulder shrugs. Deep breath in to spread into the upper back. Hold the breath, bring the shoulders straight up, straight back and squeeze them. Exhale, shoulders and shoulder blades pull down away from the ears. Inhale, spreading in between shoulders. Exhale, middle part of shoulders squeeze back, squeezing a lot and dragging shoulders down. Inhale, spreading into the back, palms face up. Exhale, shoulder blades and elbow tips squeeze towards each other and then pulling shoulders down away from the ears. Inhale, relax the arms down. Lean back a little bit. Change the cross in the legs into knee pile on the other side. Second round of shoulder shrugs. Deep breath in. Hold the breath. Bring shoulders straight up, straight back, squeeze them. Exhale, pull the shoulders down away from the ears. Inhale, spread in between the shoulders. Exhale, middle part of shoulders squeeze back, shoulders pull down away from the ears. Inhale, spread in the back, palms face up. Exhale, squeezing shoulders and elbow tips towards each other, shoulders pull down. Inhaling to release the arms down. Unwind the legs. Moving into a single leg side bend with neck release. I want to show you the 3 stages first before we do the next part. Less flexible day, foot is to the inner thigh and the left leg is straight. More flexible day, bringing the heel back alongside the butt. If you feel like you're really off kilter in the back, that's not going to be comfortable. You want to feel that the sit bones are somewhat level on the ground. If that irritates the knee, work with the foot of the inner thigh. I'm going to work with the foot of the inner thigh today because it's been a long day of traveling around. So first part of the side bend is working in neck release. In this neck release, moving the jaw around slightly. Second stage, the hand is coming behind the back to hold the thigh or grabbing a hold of clothing whilst working with a relaxed neck. From there, moving into the side bend aspect, wrapping the shoulder blade. So now we get to work this together. So coming into single leg side bend, straighten the left leg towards the front of your mat. Open the hips up, ideally beyond 90 degrees. Inhale, bring the left arm up, lift left ribs up. Exhale, lean over the left leg, putting the arm down onto the leg or to the inside of the leg. Inhale, reach the right arm towards the back of the mat, so it's about 10 inches above the right hip, and relax left ear towards left shoulder. Inhale, lift the abdomen up away from the ground. Exhale, draw shoulders down and begin that jaw glide, lip slide, so you're almost making a figure of 8 with the jaw slowly whilst doing deep breathing. Doing deep breathing whilst moving the jaw is going to be pretty advanced. Second stage, hand clasps thigh. Exhale to bring that right arm behind the back to grab thigh or clothing. At this point, you're not really warmed up much, so don't go too far with this. Don't push to your deepest. Inhale, lengthen the ribs towards the front of the mat. Shoulders in a different position here, so find what angle feels better in the neck. For me, my traps feel loaded, so I'm going to tuck the chin down so that I can stretch more into the upper part of the trap. Inhale, move the ribs up away from the hips. Exhale, let go of any additional tension through the neck. It's important during neck release poses that you maintain a very steady breath. Check in. Are you able to do your breathing in a way that helps you feel more vibrant from the inside out rather than waiting for something from the outside to make you more vibrant on the inside? Third stage is side bend. Inhale to release that right arm up and over towards the front of the room. Exhale, wrap right shoulder blade towards the underarm and relax the neck. In this side bend, I like to work with cradling my head onto my hand, or you can put the elbow onto the leg rather. If that's still too much, you can put a block under there. I do not have a block. Inhale, feel for the bottom tip of the right shoulder blade. Exhale, wrap right shoulder blade forwards and straighten the arm, feeling for the lift on right side of the ribs. Inhale to absolutely bathe your breath into the right side of the ribs. To come out of the pose, inhale to reach with that right arm to come up, left hand comes onto the head to lift the head up. You might feel a little bit spacey after doing some of the neck work. Alright, so changing sides. Right leg is straightening towards the front of the mat, left foot is coming into the inner thigh. Inhale, bring the right arm up, lengthening through right ribs. Exhale, lean over the right leg, putting either the arm to the inside of the leg or resting on the leg. Inhale, reach the left hand towards your left hip, so it's about 10 inches up from there. Put weight into the right hip. Inhale, lift the abdomen and diaphragm away from your hips. Exhale, relax the neck and actively reach through the left arm. Beginning the jaw glide and jaw glide lip slide. There we go. So the jaw is going to move in a figure of 8 loop whilst doing deep breathing. That will be challenging. Second stage, hand clasps thigh. Exhale to bring that left arm behind the back to hold either your inner thigh or grab waistband. Inhale, lift the ribs up away from the ground. Exhale, draw shoulder blades down and relax the neck. This side may need a different angle to the previous side. I'm still feeling this in my traps, so I'm going to tuck my chin forwards a little bit. Inhale, lift up through your back ribs, so creating space at your low back. Exhale, melt away another layer of grab from the neck and the jaw. If you know that you hold a lot of your stuff in your jaw, maybe do exhales through the mouth and see if that helps you keep the teeth apart. Third stage is side bend. Inhale to release the left arm, reaching towards the right leg. Exhale, wrap left shoulder blade forwards. You should feel that the point of the elbow, instead of being up, is actually spinning a little bit more forwards, then reaching. Either relax the neck or set your head relaxed onto your right hand. Or take that down to the inside. Inhale, scoop the ribs towards your right thigh, lengthening the right ribs along the leg. Exhale, wrap left shoulder blade and work actively through the hands, especially after all the suitcase carrying from today. Inhale, press into active feet so the toes are spreading, making the lower legs more vibrant. To come up, inhale, reaching with the left arm, right hand is already on the head, and then lifting the head up. Before we move on to the abdominals, I just want to give you a quick demo of them, and then I'll talk you through the first 2 rounds of them. We're aiming for 10 rounds of the first one and 8 rounds of the second one. So that's quite a number to work with. If you need to duck out after 1 or 2 of them, that's fine, because these will be intense. So the first abdominal, if you watch first, is elbow to knee. Knees are above the pelvis. If your back is tweaky, knees are more above the abdomen. I'm going to work with that one because my back is growly. Inhale, head and shoulders lift, pressing the low back down. Holding the breath, tailbone curls up. Exhale, elbows reach left, right leg straightens about 3 feet up from the ground, belly pulls down. Inhale, bending the legs. After we've done a few of those, alternating sides, the roll goes right down onto the inner thighs, taking the legs up. Who's phoning me? Inhale, low back presses down. Holding the breath, tailbone curls up, squeezing the roll. Exhale, head and shoulders lift up, belly pulls down. Inhaling to set the head down. And we'll do quite a few of those. If your roll is really soft, you'll need to use something a little bit firmer. A yoga block will work, just make sure it's not going to grip too hard or sore on the inner thighs. I'm going to put that phone off the hook. Sorry about that. I don't know why anyone is phoning me. Nobody knows I'm here. So for elbow to knee, come down onto your back, knees are up. Have the elbows wrapped in close to the side of the head. Inhale, low back presses down. Holding the breath, tailbone up. Exhale, elbows reach the left leg, right leg straightens, belly pulls down. Inhale, bending the legs. Hold the breath, tailbone up. Exhale, elbows to right leg, left leg straightens, belly pulls down. Inhale, bending the legs. Hold the breath, press the low back down, tailbone up. Exhale, elbows to left leg, right leg straightens, feet are active, push low back down, pull belly down. Inhale, bend legs. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows to right leg, left leg straightens, pull belly down. Inhale, bend legs. Now you're doing, so that was 2 rounds, you're doing 8 rounds on your own. Oh man, why did I say 8? If you're already feeling fully cooked, you can always duck these out and skip the video on to the next one once it's saved. If you're doing it live, well, you're with me till the end. This is the 4th round. Begin to incorporate on the extending leg a squeezing of the sit bone on the extending leg towards the other leg, so you're getting a little bit more muscle activation. One more round each side. Bring the feet down, have the feet together, knees wide, and set the hands onto the low belly. Do your breathing in a way that presses the abdomen into the hands so you can feel some movement. You should have felt a lot of movement during the abdominals. Abs of the roll, grab the roll, put it to the inner thighs, and then take the legs up. If you tighten the hamstrings, work with the legs bent, knees are still above pelvis. Back tweaky, you can do this with the feet braced against the wall in exactly the same position. I'm going to work with the legs up, and I will be alternating between flexing my feet and reaching up through the ball of the foot just to give me some change in the tone in the legs. Inhale, low back presses down. Holding the breath, tailbone up, squeezing the roll. Exhale, head and shoulders lift up, underarms lift to the ceiling, belly down. Inhaling to lay the head down. Holding the breath, curling tailbone up, squeezing the roll. Exhale, head and shoulders lift up, pulling the belly down. Inhaling, head down. Holding the breath, curling the tailbone up, squeeze the roll. Exhale, lift head and shoulders up, squeeze sit bone muscles towards the roll, belly down. Ooh, shuddering. Inhale, head goes down. Holding the breath, tailbone up, squeeze roll. Exhale, head and shoulders lift up, squeeze sit bone muscles, belly down. Inhale, head down. Do 4 more, that's halfway through. Whew. Discard the roll for now. Roll onto your left side and then come up from the ground with a relaxed neck, using one hand on the side of the head to bring the head up. Dolphin is next. During Dolphin, the aim is to feel for creating quite a bit of lift through the space between the shoulder blades and slightly higher up than that, so you get an active lifting up. You're very welcome. Somebody's saying thank you for the travel tips. So here I'll be working my hands clasped. I want to have my elbows about that far apart. And the aim is, I'm going to show you here, is to move the back from this positioning towards a little bit more like that. So I'm reaching the elbows away from the shoulders and squeezing them in so the chest muscles start to work. So coming down onto the elbows, grab upper arms to measure shoulder distance, and then clasp the hands. Neck is relaxed. Inhale, lift up the space between the shoulder blades. Exhale, flex chest muscles, tuck toes, and then lift the knees up. Tighten the hamstrings, work with legs bent. My legs are feeling pretty tight. Inhale, ribs move towards the thighs. Exhale, bear down through elbows, forearms, and wrists. Feet active if possible. Inhale, lift the pelvis up away from the shoulders. Exhale, wrap the shoulders and do your breathing in a way that helps this pose feel a little bit brighter, more connected to vitality. Inhale, set the knees down, and then sit up. So when I've been traveling, I don't like to do things like child's pose or really sedate poses. I feel like I always need to get my energy moving so that I can move the sluggishness out of my system and get moving so I feel more vibrant, which is obviously the intent for today's practice. Funny that. So what I encourage is, instead of doing child's pose after Dolphin, stand up. We want to use some of that readily available energy as we move into sun salutations. For sun salutations, you need a bit of space. I'm just checking that I have enough space. I'm going to use the remains of my poor roll, and I'm going to use it as a little extra padding for my knees, so when I set them down for lunges, I'm not going to start to injure them over time. So starting near the front of the mat, if I go over here, if I go all the way over here, you can see me. So starting near the front of your yoga mat, feel for the top rim of the pelvis. Exhale, tailbone tucks down, so you're recruiting your lower buttock muscles. Hands on the hips. Inhale to telescope the ribs up, so feeling for lift, shoulders and shoulder blades down. There's a lot of argument going on in the yoga world, like don't tuck the other way. I like to think that I'm tucking my tailbone down enough, not that I'm tucking under, because I can tuck under a lot. I want to feel that there's enough tuck, that there's tone at the lower buttock muscles, but then by telescoping the ribs up, it actually undoes some of that, but I'm feeling spacious. And I think after traveling, space is a commodity that we really could use more of. Hands start together at the chest. Inhale, bring the arms up, lift ribs up. Forward bend. Exhale, fold down over the legs, neck relaxed. Lunge. Left leg steps back, knee down. Now your hands can either be on the floor, thigh, or up. For the duration of these sun salutations, I will be cueing them with the arms up. Feel free to translate that into whatever you need it to be. Plank. Exhale, hands down, feet together, knees together. Inhale to move shoulders in front of wrists. Exhale, bend elbows and lower to abdomen. Low Cobra. Prop up on the elbows. Inhale, pull with the arms to drag the chest forwards and press the feet down. Down dog. Exhale, hands under shoulders, hands active, lift the knees up. Lunge. Inhale, step the left foot between the hands, right knee goes down. Hands are either floor, thigh, or up. From here on, I'll cue them with the hands up. Forward bend. Exhale, step forwards onto bent legs. More flexible day, legs are straightening out. Inhale, come up, tailbone tucks down once you're up. Exhale, hands together at chest. A few more rounds, alternating which leg steps back each time. Inhale, lift the arms up. Forward bend. Exhale. Lunge. Inhale, right leg back, arms up. Plank. Exhale, hands down, feet together, knees together, bend elbows, lower to abdomen. Low Cobra. Inhale, pull with the arms, press feet down. Down dog. Exhale, tuck toes, lift knees. Lunge. Inhale, right foot forwards, left knee down, arms up. Forward bend. Exhale, step forwards, neck soft. Inhale, come up, tailbone tucks down, hands move towards the back of the mat, slight back bend. Exhale, hands together, chest. Inhale, reach up, forward bend. Exhale, lunge, left leg back, knee down, arms up. Plank. Exhale, hands down, feet together, knees together, bend elbows and lower. Low cobra. Inhale, pull with the arms. You're physically dragging yourself forwards. Down dog. Exhale, tuck toes, lift the knees up. Lunge. Inhale, left foot forwards. Just notice there's a mirror right there, that's odd. Forward bend. Exhale, step forwards, neck soft. Move the weight to the heels. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, hands to chest. Inhale, bring the arms up. Forward bend. Exhale, lunge, right leg back, knee down, arms up. Plank. Exhale, feet back, knees together, bend elbows and lower. Low cobra. Inhale, pull with the arms. Down dog. Exhale, lift the knees up. Lunge. Inhale, right foot forwards, left knee down, arms up. Forward bend. Exhale, step forwards, neck soft. Inhale, roll up, bring the arms up. Exhale, hands together, chest. For these next couple of salutations, we're going to be changing things up a little bit and doing things like boat and other little smaller back bends that will help you engage into different muscles as we go through. So starting still at the front of the mat, we'll change some of the details a wee bit to give you moves that will help you really spice up your legs with very small changes. Inhale, bring the arms up. Forward bend. Exhale. Arrow lunge. Step the left leg back, set the knee down. Now for arrow lunge, you're low in the lunge, left foot is down, but hover the left knee up, so it's like an arrow going straight back. Inhale, bring the arms up. Same as the previous lunges, you can work with the hands on the thigh or down. Exhale, tuck tailbone down and squeeze thighs towards each other. Inhale, press down through both feet. Exhale, tuck tailbone down and lift ribs, feeling the strength in your legs. Plank. Exhale, step back, feet together, knees together. For this one, lower down to the abdomen for boat with shoulder shrugs. For the shrugs, arms are coming out so they're alongside the body, so the hands are alongside the head. During these shrugs, the shoulders squeeze back, but you are not doing a dragging down like we did at the start. Inhale, lift up the chest, the arms and the legs. Back to keep the legs down. Exhale, squeeze shoulder blades, neck soft. Inhale, spreading in between the shoulder blades. Exhale, squeeze shoulder blades towards each other, reach back through the feet. Inhale, spread in between the shoulders. Exhale, squeeze shoulder blades towards each other, reach through active feet. Inhale, lower. Down dog. Exhale, tuck toes, lift the knees up. Arrow lunge. Inhale, step the right foot forwards, left knee is down. Press into the back foot so you're hovering that back knee up. Inhale, bring the arms up. So connecting down into the strength of your legs, feel what is happening. Inhale, lift ribs up, back knee is lifted. Exhale, tuck tailbone down, wrap shoulder blades towards the underarms. If your back is tweaking out, inhale to move the breastbone forwards in space. Exhale, wrap shoulders and shoulder blades forwards. Forward bend, now this will be shaky. Step forwards, neck soft. Move the weight to the heels. Inhale, come up, bring the arms up. Exhale, hands come together at chest. Where we're heading next, I'm going to be using the wall. Actually, I'm going to use this here, so the cupboard here. I'm going to set down a little extra padding for my knee joints, coming into Camel at the wall. For Camel, we'll start with the knees right up against the wall. We'll start with the hands on the hips, then moving it so we can work a little bit more with the hands going a little further down. You can totally do this keeping the hands where they are. Let me just see if I can orient this a bit better for you. He says, failing terribly at it. Bingo. So, knees are coming up close to the surface, wall, whatever you're using, and the feet are staying about hip width apart. Hands are coming onto the hips, thumbs touching. Exhale, tailbone tucks down. Inhale, lifting the rib cage up the wall, so similar to Cobra. Exhale, shoulders back, shoulder blades pull down the back away from the ears. Inhale, lift up through breastbone. Exhale, relax the chin forwards instead of letting the head fall back. Inhale, push down into both feet and feel for lifting the rib cage up. Maintain a steady breath here. Then to come up, inhale to lift the chest up, turning the head, and then sit back onto the heels or some other seated position that is comfortable and isn't going to tax your knees. You may think you're done. You are not done. We're coming right back up. We're going to do our second round of camel. This time, if it feels comfortable to do so, hands are coming down towards the heels from the wall. Ideally, pelvis is going to stay on the wall. If it lifts off to take your hands down, I don't think it's a worthy exchange. So hips are coming up, hands are on pelvis. Inhale, lift the ribs up. Exhale, shoulders back, shoulder blades down. If comfortable, hands are coming down towards the heels. If you need more space, you're tucking the toes and it will make your feet feel taller. Inhale, lifting up through breastbone. Exhale, shoulders back, shoulders down. Do this pose in a way that helps you connect to vitality rather than pain. So if you're in pain, back up a bit. Exhale, tuck tailbone down, press pubic bone into the wall. Inhale, lift up through breastbone and allow the head to move back in line with the rest of the spine. It doesn't mean whip it back, but you've got it long. Inhale, lift the breastbone up. Exhale, push down into the feet. Now coming up, bring the hands back onto the pelvis. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, sit back on the heels. Now give yourself a moment here. So it's a lot of strong work to be doing. Now, I may have snaffled you into a trap. In fact, I definitely have. One of the best ways to unwind the back after back bending, what could it be? It's not child's pose, so it's not forward bends. Actually, one of the best ways to unwind the back after back bends, after compressing those muscles and squeezing those discs and bones, is actually to start doing a very gentle forward bend, and that's the abdominal, what we were doing, abs of the roll. So that tucking action, that very slight press of low back down, tuck tailbone, squeeze inner thighs, actually helps the low back muscles unwind better, so that then when we do forward bends, things are a little freed up more than they would be after that, where they were in a serious lock. So the roll is coming to the inner thighs. For this one, we'll work with the legs bent. Adding in a little extra thing here. Inhale, press the low back down. Holding the breath, squeezing the roll. Exhale, tailbone up, squeezing the roll again. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. I like the extra squeeze here to unwind the back. Belly down. Inhale, head down. Holding the breath, squeezing the roll. Curl tailbone up, squeeze roll more. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Belly pulls down. Do 3 more. Where we're heading next. Next move is back release. To do back release, you're crossing left foot over the right knee, making sure that the ankle is a little bit to the outside, but it isn't going to be pushing painfully onto the tissue. Bring the legs up. Left arm goes through the gap in the legs to hold the thigh, or holding the shin. If you feel like your head is whipping back, take something under the head, like a rolled up mat or blanket. Inhale, press that low back down. Exhale, bring that left shin in towards you and find where your first edge of resistance is. At this point, our primary aim is to feel for an unwind in the muscles in the lower back. Now the hip and the glute muscles, they get really tight when we're traveling because you're sitting, you're stressed, you're moving around, you're not doing what you would normally be doing, I think. And I know for me, they get really locked up. This move, after all that work, is helping to ease them out. A little bit of explorative movement side to side can feel good, almost allowing you to massage into different areas. This is a really great place to return to Uddiyana, that big exhale thing we did at the start. and getting the diaphragm to move, because if it moves, it changes the pressure in the abdominal cavity and you'll feel the pose very differently and it will reveal new gifts to you. So do an Uddiyana here. Change legs. Right leg crosses over, flexing the foot. Exhale to take the right arm through the gap and hold left thigh or shin, bringing the legs in towards you. Inhale, press the low back down, shoulders and shoulder blades down. Exhale, lightly press away with the right shin so you feel like there's a bit of resistance going outwards. Smooth out your breathing and ideally get back that inhale for 5 and exhale for 6. This will help focus your attention on all the different areas that you've brought vitality into so far in our practice together. Do one Uddiyana here. Let go of the legs. From here, set the feet down, back tweaky, have the feet wider than your hips, and rest with the knees together, and this will let the low back set down. You'll get easy access to a wall, set the feet up onto a wall and rest with your legs up. Alternatively, let the legs rest long and away from you. Shoulders and shoulder blades down, setting up for Shavasana. So this is a moment of rest at the end of your practice, but also laying flat down. Your spine has the opportunity to get juicy again. So your synovial fluid will start moving in a different way, very different to how it's been if you've been sat up in a chair and traveling all day. So do any moves you need to let your bones feel more comfortable against the ground. Take the breath out of Ujjayi and allow yourself to just rest here for a moment. And I will give you time and call you out of Shavasana when it is time. As we enter the winter months, if you're working with a cough or a sniffle, you can do Shavasana laying against a wall, sitting up, or laying against a bolster against the wall. Gradually deepen your breath. Now you can rest here as long as you like, or you can pause the video and take a little longer. Begin to move the fingers and the toes. Inhale deeply and feel all the different areas that you've brought aliveness into. Take another deep breath and purposefully bring more aliveness into your hands and your feet. And then bend your legs. Roll to your left and then come up from the ground with a relaxed neck and use your left hand on the side of your head to bring your head up towards seated. Once you're up, bring your hands together at chest. Thank yourself for taking time, especially if you've been traveling on a busy schedule, for carving time out to do a little bit of TLC for you, by you, for connecting in, allowing yourself to feel something different to what you've maybe felt all day. That in its own way is absolutely profound. Namaste. So I hope you enjoyed this short class. There are some things here that you can work on, you can go back to anytime, and you can start to split up. If you've got questions, leave them in the comment section below and I will do my best to get back to you. Alternatively, you can email me via the website link that is in the bio. So have a good night, guys, and I will catch you again soon.